Welcome to Macrocode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today I want us to do a comparison between EFCore versus Dapper. So which ORM do you use? So is it Entity Framework Core or Dapper? So Entity Framework Core is a full-featured ORM. It does track entity changes. It also generates SQL automatically and also supports migration, link, and also relationship. So for Dapper, it is actually a micro ORM. It is extremely fast and there is no tracking that it does. You write your SQL statements manually, and it has a thin layer of ado.net. So I want us to perform a very simple difference just to check the performance of these two ORMs. So I'll just create a simple project that is a web API. So I'll just create a new web API. Then here we can say this is Dapper versus EFCore. So that is our project name. Then we are going to use .NET 10. Authentication type, we do none. Then we can proceed. So what I want us to do is I want us first to create a simple project that is ASP.NETCore web API. Then we can use this to demonstrate. So this is our project. As you can see here, we have our program.cs file, we have weather forecast, we have the app settings.json, then we have the weather forecast controller, and we have the launch settings. So we just so on this project, I want us to, instead of using OpenAPI, I want us to use Swagger. So I'll just install swash backo. So I'll just do here swash. Then we can install Swagger gem. We'll do here Swagger. Then we can also do a Swagger UI. Then on the program.cs, I'll change this to use Swagger. I'll also use, so let me zoom. We can also do Swagger UI. Then here I can also do builder.services, add Swagger gem. So that is it. So if we just launch this API, it will only have the weather forecast endpoints, and we can try to add our model. So let's just check the, what is the, this is the URL. So let's just put the URL. So this is our URL. So I'll just paste and do Swagger. So you can see this is our API. We have the weather forecast. I can try here and we'll get the results. So what I want us to do is, the first thing that I want us to do is I want us to install the NuGets, that is the EFCore NuGets. I'll just do here EFCore, and here I'll install that. I'll also install the SQL Server and also tools. So after installing that, then what I want us to do is I want us to create a folder called data. Then here we'll have our application DB context. Then here we'll inherit from our DB context. So then we can use EFCore. Then we need our constructor, that is our application DB context, application options. Then we can create a folder called models. Then on the models, I'll create a folder class for product. I'll say product. This is product. Then here we'll have some properties. So let's see which other one can we add. Can have even the description, no worries. So this is our product. So these properties here will translate to columns, and our product here will translate to table. So we need to add this to our DB set. So that is how it looks. I'll just move this here. and we need to import our models. So we'll have our products. Then on our app settings.json, we need to configure our database, that is a connection string, and here we'll be having our default connection. So on our default connection, we can create a table. So I'll just create a table. So let me remove these databases that we'll be using. These one as well, I'll just delete them. I'll also create a table called the products database. So here, this is database, product database. I'll call this product sample API. So let's call it that way. So this database, so we can copy the server name here, go to our app settings and replace this. Then you also need the database name. So you can see the database. So instead of this, we'll give it the name of our database. So we are going to take the name of what we've created here, take it back here. And then for our trust connection, we can include the trust server certificate. So you can say trust server certificate, and you can say this is true. So I think we've done that. So the next thing is we need to add our application DB context. We need to register it here. You can say builder.services .add DB context, and you can see there we go. So here we'll have our application DB context, which is this one. So we need to take it and replace it here. So that is our application DB context. Then we have SQL Server. We are going to use EFCore. Then on our connection string, we need to pick the name from here, and we have this as our connection string. Then we'll do here, let me just zoom it. So this one will say connection string. The error here, you can say the connection, default connection not found. So after doing that, the next thing is to add migration. So I'll just do NuGet package manager console. Then we say add migration, and we say this is initial migration. So if we add initial migration, so that is our migration. So it will generate our migration file and create a folder for migration. So as you can see, we have our folder here, that is initial migration, and we have a table called products with ID, name, price, and description. So to apply the migration, we'll just do update database. So that is it. Then we just press enter. Then our database name will be created. So that is our table name will be created. So if we come to the database, we'll be having two tables. That is the EF migration, this one, and the products table. So let's just relaunch. So we just have our database. You can see our tables here. We have the EF migration as well. So this is our migration name, and we have the products name. It has all the columns that we have, the name, price, and description. So if we go to our database, our file, that is our API. So we've already connected this to our database, and it's okay. So we can scaffold our endpoints. So here I'll just do API controller with actions using EFCore. And here I'll do here product, and this is application DB context is our DB context class. Then I generate. So it will give us all the endpoints that we need for our products API. So the next thing is I want us to now test the speed of EFCore. So that is EFCore in general, what we've just done. So we'll also be checking how Dapper performs. So this is our API. So if we launch it, then you should be able to see our endpoints. So as you can see here, if we refresh this, then we'll have all the endpoints here. So we have the products. So if I try to add, let's see, add, so I can say maize, rice, then you can say this is maize. So I want us to add as many products as possible. So let me try to add many products. So if we go back here and select, then you can see we have all these products here. So if we try get, retrieve all the list of products, then you can see we have all these list of products that we have here. So we can also do get by ID. Where is that? Here. So we try ID 5. So you'll see it is giving us the record with ID 5. Then put, you can do put and delete. So what I want us to do today, that was not the main idea of the video. So I want us to test the speed of EFCore and also Dapper. So here we'll just say variable products, and these will return products. So this one is that. So I want us to test this. So what do we need to do? So before doing anything, I want us to install Dapper. So I'll just right click, you get, then here I'll say Dapper. So there we go. So you can see we have our high performance micro ORM supporting SQL Server, MySQL, SQLite. So I'll just install this. So once I install this, then I come to our products. So this is one way of retrieving records. So if I just do this, and I also do something like this. So let's just do something like this. I want us to check if we can actually have. So here I'll do products, then I can say here. So for Dapper, I'll just before doing this, I'll just using you can see here we have you can say new SQL. So here we should use SQL. So this should be SQL connection. You can see we have it there, and we should also pass the connection string. So this connection here, we should pass inside it. We need a connection string so that we establish the connection. So to get the connection, what I want us to do is here on our, we need to define it here. So you can say private read only, then you can say string, then connection string. Then here you can just put it this way. Then you can say here, you can assign it. You can say connection string. Then it should be configuration. We can have here, you can say here I configuration. Then you can do configuration. Then you can say here configuration. Then get connection string. Then this is default connection. Remember, the default connection is what is here. So if we go back here, then we have our connection string. So this connection string, we need to supply it here. Then once you do that, then for example here we will now do products connection. Then we can say dot query query. Then we can do products, and that is the list. So you can see these products, and here we can return our products. So if we just do this, remember for EFCore, this is the line of code that we've executed, and for Dapper, this is what we have. So if we relaunch, we should be able to get the same results. That is to get the list of records that we just added to the database, and this is the list of records. So let's see how that performs. So if we go to our API and try to get the list, so this is our endpoints. So if we try to execute this, it should give us the list of records. So you can see we already have the list of records and nothing has changed. So you're able to interact with the database and get the list of records. So these are 29 of them, and you can see here there are 29 of them. So if we try again, let's just try, click it again, and you can see we are getting the list of records. So I want us to check the performance. So how is the performance between the two? So first thing that I want us to check is here, we can comment this first, and you can check the speed. So let's uncomment this. So here we can do variable, then we say stopwatch, then here you can say stopwatch, then you can say start new. So I want us to check the speed, and here we can say when it just get the list here, we can say that, then dot stop. So that is our stopwatch. So but I want us to, so we can console the time. So we can console the time. So what I want us to do is for EFCore, I think we can do here, and just have it here. Can console EFCore tracking, then we have that alerts, and we return. So if we try to relaunch this, so let's try to relaunch and see the number of seconds it takes to retrieve that. So if I just go back here and say execute, so if we check, you can see here, EFCore tracking is 10-15 milliseconds. So if we try again, you can see here it is taking 14 milliseconds. So if we try again, 59, try again, 4 milliseconds. So that is our EFCore. So what about if we try with Dapper? So if we just uncomment this, then comment all of this, but now we will need our stopwatch here. So we'll need our stopwatch, and you also need our need to put it here. Then we can also try to console. So I'll just uncomment this, and I can put this here. Then you can say here Dapper tracking. So this is our Dapper now, and if we try to relaunch it, we see how it behaves. So if we just do that, go back to our application and try to, so if you can see here, this is new. If I try to execute, you can see this is 271 milliseconds. If we try again, you see it is 3 milliseconds. So it's a bit lower than what we had before. So you can see even 0. So as you can see the performance here. So Dapper 271, 3, and 0. So what I want us to know is I think Dapper is much faster, and it depends on what you will want to use. So EFCore is better for faster development, for clean code, business logic, and crude systems. Dapper is faster in execution. So if you check the performance, and it is also faster for reporting, dashboards, and also high traffic APIs. So you can use both together for best results. So it doesn't mean that if you're using EFCore, you avoid using Dapper. You can combine the two. So I think that is it for today. I want us to stop it there. And in case you like the video, comment down below, and see you in our next episode. Bye.